Hi, everyone. This is Dr. Samina. Welcoming you to our great webinar today on the importance of water, its benefits to our health, and how technology, science is playing a role in making water more energized and beneficial to your health. I hope everybody who's attending this webinar is in good spirits and is having an amazing time as we are approaching the holiday season as well. This is that time of the year when we become more vibrant, energized. But if you end up, you know, doing a little more than that by using what's available to you, especially a beverage like water, I think you can create wonders in your life. And today you're going to find out, how amazing something which has no calories at all, but is considered the most essential nutrient in our lives. So let's start our webinar. We have this slide specially with a QR code for all the participants who would like to listen to this webinar in their own language. So that's also a huge technological advancement. And that's me. I'm a medical doctor with Ayurvedic experience. I'm an Ayurvedic practitioner as well of this 5,000-year-old science, which basically tells you to create balance in your life, mind, body, and spirit. I'm also on the on the Life Farm Advisory Board. I'm on their medical advisory board and happy to be with them for over 8 years now. So the Cellnergy Wellness, that tool that many people on this webinar might have, this is a device which uses terahertz technology, and it gives out the red light. And this red light has energizing power, and especially energizing water. So we all know that water is the essence of life. 60% of your weight is actually water. And that water is used in your body to not only energize you, it helps you in your digestion, it also helps in detoxification. And there are so many body processes which will not be able to take place if you didn't have water. And that's H2O. That is the molecular formula of water. Now, can red light therapy energize water? That's the question here, right? And you know that each light has a wavelength or a frequency that with which it operates. So red light frequency, let's call it that. Red light has a frequency or a wavelength. It has a wavelength of 600 to 700 nanometers. And this is the energy that is going to get transferred to the water. And we are going to find out whether it works, what are the concepts, what's happening in the world of science regarding this concept. And this is called photobiomodulation. It's a heavy word, it's a long word, but basically it's just a method to energize your water. Now, understanding photobiomodulation, right? Here you see different lights. And when you see the different lights, they have mentioned the wavelength on it, right? And you see the red light. And the red light has 600 and more nanometers of the wavelength. And when you notice that some wavelengths penetrate the tissues and cells more readily than others. So in this particular figure, you'll notice that the penetrative power or absorbing power of that particular wavelength is a lot more than green light or blue light. So, and over here also we can make out that the ultra near near infrared light has again more potential than the regular red light. So we are going to go through different kind of slides to find out the benefit of actually finding out red light benefits. So red light treated water, is it energized? Does it benefit you or not? So red light's effect on water structures. Now, there's a scientist and his name is Dr. Emoto. So he actually did many experiments and studies in which he used light, sound, positive affirmations, and positive talk, and the effect of all that on the structure of water. So the molecular structure of water changed. and he saw these crystals, which are, different patterns, amazing patterns of this water structure. And according to him, he felt that the sound or the light, it had certain power or energy to change the structure of water. And the structure of water change was something that he felt was beneficial to our health. It increased the absorption power of that water, so that when you drink it, that water gets readily absorbed in the body and the tissues, and then imparts energy to your cellular health. So that was the recognition of how, structured water, it's called, can be actually more beneficial to you. And we all know that water has a formula of H2O, which means two atoms of hydrogen and one of oxygen. But the structured water has a different formula. It's H3O2. So it's three atoms of hydrogen, two atoms of oxygen. So this is that particular model of unstructured water, structured water, H2O being the regular water we drink, and then the structured water, which is also a liquid. But if you notice over here in this diagram, this illustration, you will notice that it has a very unique hexagonal appearance right now. And this particular appearance, upon studies and research, shows that there is more bioavailability of this water for your cells, for your cellular sort of health. So this particular cluster, they say that this particular cluster or this hexagonal shape is also of the water we see in glaciers, in springs, the natural water, and it has potential benefits. So let's look at what are the potential, the benefits of drinking structured water. So first of all, it's easy to absorb. I think it's important. When you don't absorb things, you don't really get the benefit. So this water hydrates you better. It improves your hydration. With that, which is your largest organ in the body, it's your skin. So of course, your skin benefits from it, your circulation benefits from it, and there is a lot of benefit to your blood sugar. You have better concentration. And why would I say that? Better focus and concentration, because guess what? 75% of our brain is water. If the whole body is body weight, when we say, oh, 60% is water, the body weight. So 75% is also, if you just looked at the brain, anatomy, brain is just water. And it needs that hydration for focus and concentration and for memory as well, and also for good sleep. So if you want to have good athletic performance, water is important. And I can't stress the importance of drinking water at certain times, because I always like to bring my Ayurvedic wisdom into our talks. So when you look at the sun, it's one big entity, right? Let's just divide it in half, and now you've got two halves. So if this is one half and this is the other, this is that scientific piece, and this is also the holistic piece. So I really feel they are not separated. They are actually one. They have different wisdoms. They have different kind of explanations for what we really want to understand and learn from. But without each other, they are not, it's not a whole. You need the scientific side, the scientific piece, and also the holistic. And that is the future of medicine. So what are the wisdom pearls we get from Ayurveda? So Ayurveda says, try to drink water in the morning when you wake up, and make it lukewarm, or let's call it a little, for people who don't like lukewarm, it's okay. You can drink room temperature water. But drinking water in the morning, in a way, energizes all your systems. And then don't drink water during your meals. So maybe an hour before that. If you do that, it kind of helps you more, and it's hydrating. It doesn't interfere with your digestion. That's so important. And also not to drink ice cold water. And I feel in the Western culture, there's a tendency to fill up your glass with ice totally, and very little beverage or water. So according to Ayurveda, when you drink such cold beverage, which is icy cold. When you drink it, it actually extinguishes your natural digestive fire. That's the fire that nature has given you to digest your food. It's called like a brick oven, and it's this brick oven is right there, where your solar sort of chakra is. That's why it's called solar chakra as well. That's where the heat is. So that heat is essential. If you try to extinguish it, you're not going to be able to digest your food, and it'll be half digested. Just like wood, when you burn it, a lot of the wood doesn't burn, and it just stays there. It doesn't really burn completely. We need complete combustion, complete digestion. So remember all those things. Okay, we move on to the next slide. Research status and future potential. So again, we are right now kind of not too late in this particular study. We are a little early in the study. So there are a lot of facts and there is a lot of statistics which still need confirmation, but it's a step in the right direction about saying that structured water, energized water, is actually healing and can be used for many health devices and also for health applications. So in whatever I told you right now, what have you learned? The purpose of this webinar is always to educate you and give you enough knowledge which you can take with you to your clients, to your family, to your workplace. And, right now your takeaways are that red light therapy, it can support cellular hydration, and it can also actually enhance the function of your bodily systems by the energized water. So this is the future of science, of well-being, and we are going to study more and learn more in the next slides. So Cellnergy Wellness in Action. Let's see that. Energized water for enhanced hydration and vitality. There is a simple, understanding here. You drink water to quench your thirst. Exactly, right? That's why you drink. You're thirsty and you quench your thirst. What I'm telling you today in this webinar is that you can have the ability to enhance your hydration, which means drink water which has better vitality and better, energy for you. And that's the purpose of today's talk also. So red light therapy and water structure. We're going to investigate, we're going to see. We already talked about the red light, 600 to 700 nanometers, that it can create structured water, and this structured water can increase your hydration and your energy. So let's see that. Now we have these health benefits. The two major ones we have put on this slide. The first that I also gave you a little background to and told you is enhanced cellular hydration, which means that your cells become so hydrated that they are able to literally, with that extra energy that you gave them, they are able to take care of their different metabolic, let's say the tasks that they have in a better way, a more beneficial way. And that is the first one. So they are going to optimize your nutrition, your hydration, your detoxification, and energy production. And the second thing is the mitochondria. For everybody in this, a sort of webinar who has studied biology science, you remember we studied about animal cell, plant cell, and then we studied about structures inside the cell, and they were the organelles, and there was mitochondria. So mitochondria is the place where all the energy is produced. Why and how? Through ATP, adenosine triphosphate. And this ATP is the energy, the cellular energy, which is required by all the body cells, and you need it. And the red light or the near infrared, it can boost this ATP production, right? Now, with more energy, what can you do? It can further enhance the quality of the water. It can support the cellular energy. It can reduce the oxidative stress in the body. So you are actually increasing the energy of your powerhouse in the, in the long run. The energy powerhouse is the mitochondria, and the cells need energy to actually function. Without energy, they are nothing. Just like your cell phone, when the battery dies, it doesn't have anything in it, right? So you need to constantly be replenishing that energy to the cells. They need to be actively energetic. And that's what we see. That's the benefit of red light treated water. So these are other benefits, of course, anti-inflammatory, skin health benefits, and it's supporting, this application, if you remember, with the Cellnergy wellness tool that we have. We've usually used it with the cream. We apply the cream, and the cream, we know by Life Farm, has a thermal energy component to it. As soon as you apply it, you'll feel heat. Then you hold the tool, the Cellnergy wellness tool, and you kind of move it on that area where you applied the cream, and then you see that it affects it more, so the red light and also the cream. Now we're telling you to take a glass of water, and it could be a 250 ml glass or bottle, and you're going to throw that red light on it, and you will do that for about 5 minutes, and after that you're drinking that water. And we are saying that this red light treated water has these benefits. It's going to make your skin better. It's going to cause wound healing. It's increasing hydration, collagen production. The inflammation will become less, especially in the joint area, and also wherever the muscles are. And then the detoxification support, right? So structured water, the one that I talked about, which has been treated with the red light, it does improve your detoxification. It's so important to detoxify yourself, and we do it physically, but also remember, like Ayurveda says, you have to metabolize your thoughts also, because if you don't, then you create toxicity in your life. So just like you eat food, you digest it, it gets eliminated, you clean up all those systems of the body after the processes are over, you are actually getting rid of the toxic waste from your body. It's a very beautiful self-cleaning system, but use it also for the mind, because the mind can cause major issues. It's the jumping monkey. Needs to actually be always clean and clear. So, of course, again, we reiterate that structured water is really has the potential and is also showing us a very positive response in improving health and wellness. So red light and water synergy, energizing body, mind, and cells with Cellnergy Wellness, our tool, our device, Cellnergy Wellness. And we are trying to, again, look at different aspects of what can be done with this tool, what all are the benefits. So we continue with the benefits, because water and light are perfect partners. You have to remember, water and light, perfect partners. And from a holistic view, when I think of it, the sound of water. We love sitting next to a fountain. You like to go and visit these waterfalls. And a lot of times we go to apps and we listen to music or meditative music, spa music, where you're hearing water. And one of the reasons is also because you are made up of water. So you definitely connect your element, water in your body connects to that particular, sound, the wavelength of that sound, the light. And so we have to obviously consider spending time in holistic avenues, or have, places where we can benefit ourselves also with sound and light. And I want to share another interesting sort of aspect of water, and it's how important it is to us. Like I said, it has no calories, right? It literally has no calories, so you don't have that guilt also that I'm drinking water, as compared to other beverages. The sound is calming, of course, that's a huge benefit. But another one, from an exercise point of view, is that 1 gallon of water weighs about 8.3. I think 1 gallon weighs actually has the weight, 1 gallon water, the weight is actually in pounds, is like an 8 pound, 8.3 pound dumbbell. So if you carry that gallon of water around a little, it's also exercise. That's good, it's good. I see people with those big, huge ones carrying the water to the gym these days. But let me also reiterate here, you're not supposed to drink so much water. And this is the latest research. And they say that, you have to drink water according to your need and benefit. And thirst means that you have actually ignored yourself a lot. Thirst only happens when you're really dehydrated. So don't take it to that level, but drink water according to the way you want to when you feel like, you need to hydrate. I know that a lot of books say 8 to 10 glasses, and I don't think I agree with that. Some people get water retention and they should not drink that much. And you have to also understand it's something private, personal, but I would like to share that a lot of people they hold they hold that urge to go to the restroom to pee a lot, and they do it because they are not comfortable with maybe a restroom. They are out of their own house, but in doing so, what you do is that you really create a reservoir. In your urinary bladder is like a reservoir, and it accumulates all that water. And then if you delay emptying your bladder, what will happen is that it becomes a reservoir for collecting bacteria and increasing the chances of getting infections, UTIs. So you should avoid more frequently. I do give that advice and to my clients as well. So water's essential role in human health. I mean, it's such a big role. And you look at this chart, it's a really nice, easy to understand chart. So let's look at the different ways that water can help you. So you've got your cellular function and metabolism. Of course, water is there to transport oxygen, nutrition, remove all the waste products. The temperature regulation, and that's done through sweating, through respiration. Your joint and tissue lubrication, it is cushioning your joints and your organs, right? And you see the difference when we become older, that lubrication becomes less, and so then it's like a bone to bone friction, and that causes all the pain, all the issues, that you are unable to move them that well, because this cushioning which causes cushioning is important for mobility. Now, the digestive health helps in breaking down of food, transporting the vitamins, minerals, and all the other nutrition that you take. Detoxification and waste removal. Of course, it supports kidney function. Kidneys are there to actually detoxify you. So it's like a filter. All the bad stuff is just taken out of the body. The good stuff is retained. Brain function, I talked about that. Brain is almost 75% water, and you need water or hydration, but brain is really the king. So if you don't take enough water, the brain has the capability to take care of itself. It's going to do it at the expense of other organs, because the brain has to stay healthy. It takes care of itself. It's going to just be a parasite and pull out water from other places. And then, of course, the cardiovascular health. You have to maintain your blood volume, your heart health, energy, and physical performance. You need water when you go to exercise. Please try to drink a little water before exercising. It's so important to stay hydrated, because you don't want your muscles to go into fatigue. And your immune function, again, lymphatic systems, which take care of detoxification, your immune health, mental and emotional well-being. So you can see the belt. This is like such a huge sign for us. When you look at all the benefits, then there's no way you should ignore that. And I know people who don't take care of this, and they try to hydrate themselves with coffee, which causes, by the way, more dehydration, and coffee is not hydrating. You can drink other beverages. Green tea is amazing. If you want to drink green tea 2 to 3 times a day, it's really good. Make sure it's not caffeinated, because it can really interfere with your sleep pattern. So try to get brands. Look at that little sort of note. There's a little note always if it's caffeinated or decaffeinated, and try to go for that beverage. I'm not trying to stop you from drinking coffee. Coffee has a lot of benefits too, and you can drink a cup a day, or one little glass, that's fine. That's not a big deal. You can definitely do that. But it's also about creating a balance with water. If you start taking other beverages, then you'll ignore, there'll be no room left for water. And I remember when I started my Ayurvedic training, I was told to find out what's my imbalance. And I found out that I wasn't drinking enough water. So they taught me a technique called crowding out. And crowding out is when the unhealthy behavior pattern is taken out one at a time. So if I'm not drinking enough water, it's obviously because I'm drinking some other beverage. So I have to stop drinking that soda. And then when I stop drinking soda, I create a little space for water to come in. So that's crowding out. And it really helped me. I'm a lot better now. I definitely drink more water. So here was your summary that how important it is to your bodily functions, and staying hydrated is so important. So that's great. Okay, now the good water versus the bad water. And let me tell you an interesting fact about good water versus bad water. But before that, I'm just going to take a sip of my green tea. Okay, so this is an interesting fact. Do you know that water makes up 70% of the earth? But out of that, 70%, if that's water, there's literally less than 1% water that you can consume. That's how bad the water is. It's not clean, it's not energized. So, this again stresses on the importance of drinking structured water, which is energized, which is clean. And it's so important to understand that if we don't have access to that, and I know that underprivileged communities in third world countries have no access to clean drinking water, and most of the infections they suffer from is related to drinking dirty water, all kinds of gut infections, parasites, and diarrhea and all that. And then again, like we said, clean water means good clarity in the brain, better focus, good organ health. So they are really suffering a lot, in those areas. If we were to provide good, clean water to those communities, just imagine the impact. You can actually improve the health of women and children over there. You can improve their livelihood. The economy of a country can also increase if the health of the community is good. So, I'm a huge, huge supporter of helping underprivileged communities, and I do that through my nonprofit. Whenever I have an opportunity, we are building villages there, and we are taking care of these underprivileged communities through good, clean water, good, nutritious food. So contaminated water, has a lot of health risks, like I just talked about. So it's an issue that we need to look into. Now, water should be clean. What does that mean? What is clean water? I just told you the importance of drinking clean water, but if you don't know what clean is or clean water, then you won't be able to get it from the right source. So let's look at it. Look at the issues also. Chemical contaminants. Water can be contaminated. What makes it, contaminated? Heavy metals and pollutants. It should be microbial safe, right? Which means that there should be no bacteria, viruses, and parasites. The mineral content. Some minerals are beneficial for us, some are not, like calcium and magnesium, if they are in the water, are good for us. But if you have arsenic, if you have lead, and all these things, then they are not really good for the body. The taste and color or odor. So the taste, color, odor, that's so important because you're drinking it. If it's smelling of sulfur, or let's say, and I know sulfur cleans the water, but oh God, it's terrible. It's like smelling rotten eggs, so it's not a good odor at all. But the taste should be nice and you should enjoy the taste. It shouldn't be bitter. It should not taste of metal. So the physical health benefits we talked about already, how it's amazing for our metabolic processes. So we need to have that criteria that the water I'm drinking right now is good for my physical health. It's good for my cognitive and mood, my clarity. It should be there. And that those are criteria. Long-term health benefits, that I should drink water which prevents me from getting a chronic health condition, and the safety regulations should be followed. The safety regulations should be followed. The WHO and EPA, they have certain safety requirements and guards, and you have to actually follow those. And in certain countries, people are not following them, and then of course you see the disadvantage of that. So Cellnergy Wellness Device Study, we have a study that we would like to share with you, and I'm going to go on to that. All right, so you see this glass of water, and we have Cellnergy Wellness Device shining that beautiful red light on it. And our objective, why are we doing this particular study? Okay, so we are trying to see the effect of the Cellnergy wellness device, which uses terahertz technology. And what are we trying to do? We want to put that energy of the Cellnergy wellness device, the red light, on that, and then drink the water and see the effect on our autonomic system. The autonomic nervous system actually is the one which controls our involuntary body functions like our respiration. It also takes care of our heartbeat and heart rate, and also our nervous system balance. So we want to see where we are at with this. So after this research and test was conducted, we found some things. And our key findings are in the different waves. So the brain waves. You have Actually, you have many waves. You have alpha, beta, gamma, theta, delta, right? These are all the different waves. And these waves are actually different wavelengths or frequencies at which they operate. So the brain wave activity is something that will teach us when we examine it. That, okay, if the brainwave activity changed, that means the cellular, our Cellnergy wellness device was able to affect the autonomic system. Which part? The nervous system, which includes your brain and your spinal cord. So we look at the delta waves, okay? So the delta waves, whenever you study them, they are linked to a relaxed, deep sleep. That's what they show. If we measure the waves, of a person, we'll be able to find out if they are relaxed or not if we see delta waves. So they will show us that this person slept well, they had good relaxation. And what else will we find out? That serotonin and melatonin increased. Serotonin and melatonin, whenever they increase, it tells us that there's calmness and there's improved sleep quality. And then you have the theta waves. And the theta waves, they are, literally improving we call these waves actually these are your subconscious wave. Subconscious waves are more like the holistic waves, and we experience them in moments of tranquility when we are sitting and meditating, we are doing yoga. They are the waves that show creativity, they show relaxation, they also show light sleep. But they are going to boost a neurotransmitter called GABA, and that GABA level increases, showing increased relaxation and mental clarity. So this is the brain wave activity that is actually related to doing this particular test that we are doing. The delta waves increase, theta waves increase. And the Cellnergy device effect. So 250 ml of water was treated. So light energy was imparted on it, or this is the red light treated water. And how much of a difference did you see? Well, you saw the increase from -408 to 2581. And then the subjects, you saw that within literally, this is what happened within 15 minutes. And then you kept seeing increase in the subjects, which means it didn't stop there. It kept increasing, and it moved from 2581 to 6743. And in another 35 minutes, the levels kept going higher. So from 2000, approximately 500, 2500 to over 6,500. So the conclusion is that treated water promotes rapid relaxation and stress balance. Of course, I told you already that whenever I see the delta wave, I see the theta wave, and I see serotonin, melatonin, and the effects of GABA, then I know that the person, whoever is showing this wave pattern, is relaxed. their stress is better. So this is the immediate power of using Cellnergy wellness device. I think those numbers are very encouraging. And then the long-term harmonization impact. Harmonization impact is when you drink the water and it can have an impact on body systems. And in this case, we see that this organ rhythm improved from 17% to 66% when you drank this treated water, the red light treated water, the structured water. So the internal systems having more harmony with each other. And we already talked about this many times. I talked about the importance of homeostasis, the importance of balance, the importance of the interconnectivity of all the organ systems. And we see that here. So this is called the fractal analysis. And fractal, the word is a little heavy again, difficult, but I'll explain it to you. What happens is the fractal analysis is give the analogy of clouds. There are so many varieties of clouds, right? Or the branches of a tree. So there's so many different things. What you do is you take it in piecemeal. So you don't really examine the whole branch of a tree with all its offshoots. You take little portions and you start examining them. So this is the analysis method that is used, and it's called fractal analysis when you want to focus on little things, smaller structures. So the impact on biological aging, how old are you? And here again, let's look. So we say that a person is 56 years old, but when they drink this water, you can, if you can, let's say, change the biological age marker to 10 years less, that would be beneficial, that you're 56 maybe, but you're operating at 45, and that's amazing. So basically, if you look at somebody who has not had the treatment done, or has not did not drink the red light treated water, so the body, if you see, there's no harmonization. It doesn't look very it looks a little toxic also in that diagram, but you see the right half of this diagram and you notice that there is more harmonization. There's also an improvement in the biological age. This experiment was again done to check whether drinking water will have an impact on your biological age as well. And we saw that in this particular diagram, that you literally benefited by almost your biological age by almost 11 years. So you became 11 years younger in this, if you look at that. Okay, so what does this mean for a baby boomer? Yeah, I think it means a lot, because baby boomers need to continue living healthy lives, and they have more issues which are chronic. And I really feel the biggest issue that the baby boomers are suffering from is related to sleep. They need better sleep, they need increased energy, they need reduced stress. These are the three things. So if you can benefit from a better sleep, where you are literally not waking up again and again in the middle of the night. You went to sleep early, you slept through, you woke up in the morning feeling very refreshed and energized. You had more energy to take care of your business. You have more calmness, focus, memory, because mental clarity, I think, is so important. And this particular study that I just showed you, where this red light treated water is having an impact on your nervous system, not only the heart, which I told you is part of the autonomic nervous system, your heart, your respiration, and your mind. Imagine all those beautiful benefits to the autonomic nervous system. That's an automatic system. We have no control of it. But if drinking energized, structured water is going to make me feel better, in my body, mind, and spirit, why not? So the health impacts, of course, are of amazing youthful energy, well-being, and that is where you see the gentleman laughing and being happy, the most important thing, right? And so this is great news for baby boomers. And from light to life, I love that caption, from light to life, how Cellnergy's red light enhances water for optimal wellness. Now, wellness can be here too, but optimal means that it's literally the nth degree of wellness. It's the best. And what a simple solution. All we are doing is we are exposing water or treating water to red light through our Cellnergy wellness tool, and we are creating the delta waves, the theta waves. We are harmonizing the body. We are having a positive impact on the biological aging, creating balance in the body, and water actually gets stored in the body as vibrational energy. The red light is giving you that special, benefit of cellular health. So all the good stuff, balance, balance, balance. And of course, I can't stress the importance of reducing stress in your life.
Oh, thank you very much, Dr. Samina. I do have one question. I'm not sure if you're able to see it that came in, or if it's how long does the structured water keep its properties? Uh, do you happen to have that information? And can it be stored, or does it need to be fresh each time?
I would say that water is obviously the molecules are always in motion. So my personal understanding of water molecules and the way they function is that they move all the time. And I think it cannot be stored and you can say, I'll come back to it tomorrow, whatever. The best way, which makes sense also, is to treat the water and drink it. And that will give you the best results.
Wonderful. Thank you for that information. So I hope everyone enjoyed the wonderful information that Dr. Samina has been able to provide with us on the Cellnergy and a new use for it and how we can really incorporate this product in our everyday life. So I want to thank everyone for joining us today on this webinar, and we look forward to the December webinars, a wonderful holiday season for everyone. Stay healthy, happy, and join us next month. Thank
Thank
you,
you so
everyone.
much. Thank you. Thank you, Jeannie. Bye, everyone. Take care. Stay blessed.